Last week we saw Tess Holliday grace the cover of Cosmo, and it caused quite a stir. In my previous video, I talked about the general headline on the cover where it was kind of shocking, all the things I had on it, and in a sad way, kind of hilarious. But the main talking point with everyone was Tess's weight and the health concerns about praising this unhealthy lifestyle. And I saw a tweet that perfectly describes my perspective on the whole modeling industry. This Twitter user said, "So we've swung from anorexic to obese. What about me, an average-looking 40-year-old? When is it my turn to have a magazine cover? This is hashtag body positivity, hashtag average, hashtag F your beauty standards." She also said, "Healthy women are the real victims. Hashtag finally a victim, hashtag get me a cross." This is so perfect and hilarious. I mean, in the 90s and early 2000s, it was hard for me to get into the modeling industry because they required the wafy anorexic look with strange beauty. They even had to make rules to stop the trend of anorexic-looking bodies in the industry. By 2017, they had banned extremely thin models from the catwalk. The health ministry says the aim is to fight eating disorders and inaccessible ideals of beauty. So they acknowledge that too thin is an eating disorder, but then they just replaced one eating disorder with another and then call it body positivity. Will they acknowledge that obese is also an eating disorder? Today, they just skipped past my body type and went right to the obese one. What happened? Where is the healthy middle size? Another thing to point out with this is the industry, if it were run predominantly by straight men, basing it on their overriding ideal, they wouldn't have anorexic or obese. Straight men like the middle ground. After all, attraction is linked to health, and none of these, too low or too high of a BMI, is healthy, and men can sense that intuitively. Psychology Today says, according to evolutionary approaches, males are naturally attracted to mates in order to maximize the number of offspring produced. The focus is on women's youth, health, and fertility as shown by physical features. Because a body type is a reliable indicator of health and fertility, men are more attracted to women with a lower waist-to-hip ratio and an average BMI, neither thin nor plump. And according to Today.com, women's idea of the ideal body shape included a larger breast size than men preferred on women. They said, "We were a bit surprised." The Institute of Neuroscience at Newcastle University told Today it is possible that the female participants were exaggerating a feature they felt was particularly important. So you can't exactly blame men in society for this because women have their own expectation of the ideal standard of a body type and they are trying to live it out on themselves. And it seems to me men prefer a healthy mate, not too low or too high of a BMI, but a healthy middle ground being about 18.5 to 24.9. So you can't blame men and society for the unhealthy expectations of anorexic models, nor can you say that obese is something to be encouraged. If you want to see more from me and the rest of the Rebel team, like and subscribe.